Now at 5:30, this is WKYT This Morning. The Fayette County coroner say a Lexington man died after getting in a fight. We'll have the latest on the investigation just ahead.
Also on WKYT, it could be just as big as the Super Bowl in terms of people watching. We're looking ahead to the first debate tonight between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
And an Estill County family is trying to get their daughter a special and very expensive dog. We'll find out why. Plus, get a look at your upcoming forecast just ahead on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Well, Kentucky morning start right here on WKYT. We hope you had a fabulous weekend and you're ready to go. Now, I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Monday, September 26th, and you know what? This could be what actually feels like the first week of fall.
Right. Suddenly, we are going to be flipping that switch, and it's going to be cooler out there. A lot of folks I talked to over the weekend, Micah, they're ready for that. Want to pull the sweaters out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just that time of year. When we get into football season, you know, your Friday night football, you'd love that hot cocoa with some blankets over night. You don't want it super cold, but it's not going to be that way. It'll just be on the cooler side, maybe even a bit of a chill in the air. Defender Radar Network showing that rain on the way. And we'll have that later on today. Temperatures there in the 60s this morning and staying dry. And the rain really moves in the far western zones. It's going to be 65 corridor, 71 corridor. That's going to be late morning, early afternoon. And then it slides through as we go through your day. I'm going to break down the timing on that for everybody coming up in just a few minutes.
And we'll see you shortly. Thank you.
The Fayette County coroner says his office is investigating a death after a stabbing in Lexington.
It happened on Heisel Way behind Yates Elementary School. That's just off New Circle Road around 9 o'clock last night. WKYT's Lauren Miner is live in Lexington now with some new details. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Bill. Well, I just got off the phone with Lexington police a short while ago who say they are not filing any charges against anyone at this time. Now, the other man involved in the stabbing remains here at UK Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, here's what police say what happened. Around 9 last night, police were called to a home on Heisel Way for disorderly conduct. When officers arrived, there were 2 victims outside the home. Police say one of the men was stabbed and taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Earlier this morning, we learned from the Fayette County coroner that man did die from those injuries. The victim's name has not been released yet, and the coroner says he is still investigating his death at this time. An autopsy is scheduled to be done sometime this morning. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you very much. Deputies in Madison County are looking for a man who they say robbed one store and tried to get away with cash at another. Deputies released this surveillance photo of him. They say he walked into the Dollar General on Irvin Road and grabbed some items and then approached the clerk. The man apparently then handed a note to the clerk and lifted up his shirt and showed a gun. No one was hurt. Deputies think the man also tried to rob the Dollar General on the bypass shortly before that and before going over to Irvin Road. Richmond police are handling the case. Georgetown police are investigating after they say 6 vehicles were broken into at a park. Police say someone smashed out the windows of 5 vehicles at Suffaletta Park. The 6th one was unlocked. Police say the person stole purses and wallets that were in the seats of each vehicle.
If you have any valuables in your vehicle, lock them in your trunk. At least place them under your seat out of visible view, because when people walk by your car and they see something valuable, that's just temptation. So you got to take temptation away from it. So lock them in your trunk, place them under your seat or something. Always keep your vehicle locked.
Police tell us they do not have a good description of the person accused of breaking into those vehicles.
A new trial is expected to start today for a man accused of causing a crash that killed a little boy last year in Perry County. Police say Jason Combs admitted to using cocaine and other drugs the night of the crash on Combs Road. 9-year-old Randall Wells died. Combs is charged with murder and DUI. A jury trial was scheduled for this past summer, but a judge declared a mistrial in June after someone related to Combs was seen talking to potential jurors. A new pool of jurors has been selected. Combs' trial is set for 9 o'clock this morning. A court hearing for a former Southern Kentucky School Board chairman will happen sooner than expected. Dexter Smith's pretrial conference was originally scheduled for next month. He'll be in court tomorrow. A grand jury indicted the ex-Knox County Board chairman last month on a perjury charge. Prosecutors say Smith lied about having a valid high school diploma when filing to run for the school board.
Well, tonight, and here we go, it marks the first of 3 presidential debates, and it could be one of the most watched of all time. Many analysts think viewership could rival the Super Bowl.
I'm going to be watching. Jamie Yukas reports from Hofstra University in New York on what voters will be watching for.
A new Washington Post ABC News poll has Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in a dead heat heading into tonight's debate. Experts say the outspoken Republican nominee, Trump, will have to demonstrate policy expertise.
His best lines of attacks are anything that accentuate her trustworthiness challenges and global disorder.
While Democratic candidate Clinton will need to overcome trust questions.
An overwhelming number of the American people think that the country's headed in the wrong direction. She has a huge disadvantage there.
But that hasn't stopped the 2 candidates from going after each other before taking the stage here at Hofstra University.
Clinton is putting billionaire Trump critic Mark Cuban in the front row. And Trump threatened to bring Jennifer Flowers, who said she had an affair with Bill Clinton. The Trump camp now says she won't be there. But the focus of the debate will be on a wide variety of issues, including national security, economic growth, and the country's direction. The vice presidential candidate spent Sunday talking about what are the best scenarios for their running mates at the debate.
We need to hear from these 2 candidates, and I hope and trust that the moderators will just facilitate that.
You're going to see him have to get into specifics, and Hillary too, right? Fair is fair. You got to hold them to an even standard, but we're going to see who can answer the specific questions.
The buildup to the 90-minute debate could mean more viewers than Carter versus Reagan in 1980, with Clinton and Trump close to each other on the debate stage and ready to rumble. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Hempstead, New York.
Tonight's debate starts at 9 o'clock. You can watch it right here on WKYT. A Lexington brewery is recalling 2 beers. Alltech issued recalls for Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale and Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel Ale. A spokeswoman says there are no health or safety concerns. They just have issues with the flavor and color. The batches affected include any with dates between July 1st and September 19th. Customers are encouraged to return the beer to the stores where they purchased them. New batches of Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale will be back in stores next week, but the Pumpkin Ale will not return until next year.
Well, a group of women in Montgomery County is hosting a 5K run next month to help those in law enforcement. The Run for the Donuts 5K is the first major charity event for the Wives Behind the Blue there. All proceeds from that run will go to the National Law Enforcement Memorial Fund and Shop with a Cop locally. And the top men and women will receive the Trooper Blake Tribby Memorial Award.
People don't understand what all police families and police wives go through on a day-to-day basis, especially in the times that we're experiencing right now.
Everyone that takes part will get a free donut at the finish line. That's some motivation. The race is October 8th at Easy Walker Park, and you can still register for the race. Makes it worthwhile, right?
It does.
An Estill County family is working to get their daughter a dog, but it's not just any dog.
Raina Goosey has type 1 diabetes. She can't always tell when her blood sugar drops, and that can be dangerous. A service dog can help with that, but it's going to take a lot of money. Goosey's family says they're about halfway to their goal, and Raina wants to keep helping others.
Once I get my dog and we raise all the money, I'd like to keep raising money for other people.
Raina is getting some help from rock star Bret Michaels, who plans to donate to her fundraiser. He also has type 1 diabetes. You can find a link to Raina's fundraiser right now on WKYT.com.
Right now hitting 5:39 here on WKYT this morning. All right, remind yourself now that Big Blue Madness is still a few weeks away. But some of the chaos is already starting.
As if they
right
needed a
now.
reminder. You know what I mean? Dozens of fans are already camping out for tickets before the official camp out starts later this week. WKYT's Mike Byer is live at Memorial Coliseum. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Andrea and Bill. As you guys can see, dozens of campers have already started lining up for Big Blue Madness, even though tickets won't be released until Friday night. Now, they're going to be released at 10 p.m. They can be picked up at either of the Memorial Coliseum ticket windows or by Ticketmaster. As always, the tickets are free. Now, in a recent press release, UK Athletics say fans are highly encouraged to use Ticketmaster to get tickets. They say they can't guarantee fans will receive tickets by lining up or going online. Meanwhile, the university says fans who camp out are not allowed to park on campus. Campers may be dropped off or unload their car using the Wildcat Plaza area located directly across from Memorial Coliseum. Now, we talked to a fan who is here for the first time who made its trip all the way from Bowling Green.
My boss, he's been coming here for 30 years, and he wanted us to come with him, so that we take the adventure and see what it's all about. This is my first time here.
Now, in just a few weeks, Big Blue Madness will kick off here. This place will be rocking. It's set to take place October 14th at 7 p.m., and it will air live on the SEC network. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
All right, Mike.
Just can't believe they're already there.
I know.
You know?
We're the best kind of crazy in the bluegrass.
Exactly. They're going to be on that sidewalk until Friday.
I know. I hope they're comfortable.
All right. Our time this morning is 5:40 on WKYT, and it's time to check live drive traffic this Monday morning and see what is going on. Here's a look at the region right now, and you're clear to go with no reports of any major problems at the moment. Remind you, we do have some patchy fog here and there as you approach rivers and streams. That just be a little cautious along the Clays Ferry, Harrington Lake, Frankfort, some of those areas where you cross major waterways.
Good advice, good advice. And here is the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government live drive cam. We are looking at Leestown Road and Citation Boulevard, and you've got the all clear this morning. There's about, what? Oh, here's a few cars coming into the screen. There's a few people up and at it at 5:41 this morning.
Those are the early ones,
That's
right? They'll get in there and get it done, and then be looking at their watch when you show up. All right, still a lot more news coming up for you here Monday on WKYT.
Still ahead, one Oklahoma town is taking care of people who need help. They've come up with a simple solution to the problem. We'll find out what that is after Micah's forecast.
Well, we got a chilly forecast in store, too. So trivia question for you. When is the last time our highs were there in the 60s? Is it April 24th, May 2nd, May 21st, or June 3rd? We're going to be going over that with your forecast, that chilly one, coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, we have no rain out there at the moment, but I'll tell you this, coming home from work and kids coming home from school, that might be a different story. So going to work, going to school, no problem. Coming home, a little bit of a different story if we have some rain on the way. 66 degrees right now in Moorhead. At exit 133 there across 64 in the 801 corridor. Spotty rain for today. Not everybody will see the rain, but it's a pretty decent shot. 74 degrees. I think a lot of us are actually okay with that. I know it's Monday. Nobody likes a Monday. You throw some rain in there, and that's not too fun. But at least it's not on the weekend, and at least we're getting some rain on the yards and crops. It's not going to be a lot, but at least we're getting some. Really nice one there on Tuesday. So the rain moves through today. I would say anywhere from 11 a.m. to about 2 p.m. is when you start to see it in the western zones, and then it slides eastbound as we go throughout the afternoon. So east and southeastern Kentucky, you guys won't see it till mid to late afternoon, and maybe even some down in the mountainous regions until about 6 to 8 p.m. So on Tuesday, it rolls on through. There goes that front, and it's an extremely nice one there on Tuesday. We start off in the upper 40s, lower 50s tomorrow morning. Trust me on this. It's going to be a 20-degree swing from the lows this morning to tomorrow morning. It's going to be pretty chilly. Sunny with highs, though, in the 70s. It'll be a great day. Wednesday, upper level low comes streaming over us, and what that means is we'll have some cloudy conditions. Not going to look good. Number two, you're going to get the cooler air in here, and it'll give us some few showers. Highs in the 60s. Highs in the low 60s starting Thursday off into your Friday with spotty showers around. So Wednesday through Friday doesn't look that good. You see some spotty rain here and there. No thunderstorms, but we'll still get a few showers. It's going to be that gloomy, pesky showers laying around Wednesday through Thursday. And look at those highs in the 60s. It's going to be pretty chilly. That heads off into your weekend, too. And speaking of chilly weather, we asked you, trivia question, when is the last time our highs were in the 60s? Think about this. April 24th, May 2nd, May 21st, or is it June 3rd? Guys, what you got on this one? Last time our highs were in the 60s. What you think?
Okay, I'm going to go with C.
It's been a while.
I would think June 3rd, possibly.
Yeah. Well, Andrea,
got it, huh?
Getting it.
Hey.
May 21st was the last time. We were at 64 degrees on May 21st. That was the last time. It's been a while.
A little blackberry winter there.
It has been a while.
We got
that point. All right. Thank you. It is 5:47 right now. Community members in one Oklahoma town are joining forces to fight hunger through a simple common sense solution.
This is a great thing they're doing here. They're putting up blessing boxes. They hold non-perishable goods and toiletries. Anybody in the community can put items in the box, and anyone that needs something can take it out.
I feel like everybody at some point might need a little bit of help in their life. I hope nobody's ashamed to use it. It's a blessing. It's here to take, and you take as much as you need.
The creator of the box says she's noticed it already being used. Now she hopes she can inspire others to make their own boxes. So simple, and yet it's working really well. I think that's a fantastic thing they're doing there.
Oh, it looks nice there as well.
Yeah, it does.
Just a good outreach from that community, and obviously good publicity for them around the country, right?
All right, coming up, you'll get a look at the stories making news this hour.
Our news team busy this morning. Also, we'll be checking traffic again. We have some health news and a lot more. And it sure is good to have you up and at it with us on WKYT This Morning. Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT This Morning. We're glad you're along with us on your Monday at 5:51.
All right, let's take a look at some of the stories we're working on for you this morning.
Right now, the Fayette County coroner says his office is investigating a death after a stabbing in Lexington. The coroner says the man died after getting into a fight along Heisel Way, that's in the Eastland area. But he is not releasing the man's name or cause of death at this moment. The autopsy is scheduled for sometime this morning in Frankfort. Meanwhile, Lexington police talked to several witnesses in the area. So far, no one is being charged in the case.
All right, topping your national headlines, this is the story everyone across the country is going to be talking about today. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are making last-minute preparations today for their first presidential debate.
Where you go, what's going to happen, right? Washington Post ABC poll has the candidates in a virtual dead heat ahead of this eagerly anticipated event. And it's just 6 weeks before Election Day. Clinton has practiced full mock debates, while Trump has only studied policy ideas and possible questions he might face.
Protesters filled the streets of Charlotte once again overnight, but demonstrators remain largely peaceful. The mayor lifted the midnight to 6 a.m. curfew last night, but the state of emergency remains in effect. There have been protests every day since a black man was killed by a black police officer last Tuesday.
Golfing great Arnold Palmer died Sunday in Pittsburgh. Known as the King, Palmer was among the most important figures in golf history, winning 7 major championships and 62 PGA Tour wins. Arnold Palmer was 87.
Well, it turns out hearing loss may impact a woman's pregnancy. That tops your morning health headlines.
More details on that. Women with hearing loss are significantly more likely to deliver premature babies with low birth weight. That's according to researchers in Massachusetts who tracked millions of deliveries. Doctors say deaf women are often less satisfied with their medical care and have fewer prenatal visits. A new study in Colorado of older teens finds many of them do not get enough exercise. But researchers found students attending a 4-year college and living on campus were more likely to meet the recommended 60 minutes of exercise daily and continue that habit into adulthood.
Switching gears now, the stars of Transparent talk about the new challenges of their 3rd season.
And find out which bands are making sweet music at the box office these days. Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
Coldplay's world tour is raking in more money per city than any other band so far this year. The British rockers pulled ahead of Bruce Springsteen, who's in 2nd place with the River Tour. According to box office figures from Pollstar, Beyoncé is number 3.
Hey, Jason, are you seeing this?
The true story of the tragedy on the Deepwater Horizon arrives in theaters this week. Mark Wahlberg stars with Kate Hudson in the movie about the explosion on an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico.
It's one of the rare experiences of making films where it's not about your own individual experience as an actor, it's about a bigger picture, so it was nice.
The rig explosion killed 11 men and created the biggest oil spill in the history of offshore oil drilling. The newest season of Transparent is now streaming on Amazon.
Maybe you guys want to call me, I don't know, Mom.
Jeffrey Tambor continues his transgender journey, and in this 3rd season, the characters in his life continue to evolve as well. The cast says the work is both a joy and a challenge.
Going deeper all the time. We are asked to go deeper, and that can be very daunting.
There are scenes that are done in season 3 that I've never seen ever.
Tambor has won 2 Emmys for his leading role, and that's your eye on entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, and let's get a check this hour on today's traffic trouble spots with Live Drive Traffic.
See what's going on early out there. Here, first of all, are your travel times into Lexington. You're looking good right now. No reports of any problems. Down just a minute or so, it looks like, traveling out of Richmond this morning. That could be the fog at the Clays Ferry Bridge. And it's a half-hour ride in from Mount Sterling, quick ride in from Nicholasville this morning.
Now to today's Lexington Fayette Urban County Government's live drive cam. You are looking at Limestone and the Avenue of Champions. Things are pretty slow this morning, coming up on the 6 o'clock hour, but we know that it will speed up here very shortly.
And there's some campers not far from there. So
already,
so
y'all aren't supposed to be there till Wednesday, people.
Everybody be careful out there.
Yes.
Certainly, so they're camping out for Big Blue Madness already. We're going to be checking in live over there in just a few minutes. Cooler weather. It's going to be cool to be camping out there. Let's check in with Micah.
Boy, it's going to be a big change, I'll tell you that, because here's the deal. Once we head off into your next few days, heading out there for Big Blue Madness tickets, you're going to be feeling those temperatures 20 degrees cooler than what you have felt the past 4 to 5 months. So that just shows you, I mean, a big shot of cooler air with this front heading our direction. Some rain is on the way. It's not a lot of rain, but it is going to be there as we travel in toward late morning, early afternoon is when it slides in the west and then slides through your forecast. So London, you're going to have it mid to late afternoon, as Frankfurt, late morning, early afternoon. So roughly noontime is when you can expect that. We're going to go over that. If you're about to take off, have a great day. If not, stick around because we have much more about these cool temperatures, much more news, weather, and sports coming up at the top of the hour. We'll see you then.